Yo, what's up everyone? Daniel here with Daniel Yuck Tattoos. I want to go ahead and I want to basically elaborate a little bit more on the different felts, on the different practice skins for people who are beginning tattooing or who enjoy just using tattoos, because I've seen a lot of professionals use practice skins as well. You can never have too many of these on hand from a professional to a beginner. And I want to go ahead and just drop some opinions here in this video, and I want to elaborate a little bit on the differences between these. And I'm going to refer to, I guess, the finishes as felts, as what they feel like and how they respond. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive on into it. So on the left, right here on this side, well, not on your left, you're probably watching this way, so we could probably turn it that way. So on the left now, we have a rubber felt type skin, and on the right, we have a silicone type skin. As I was saying, I want to go ahead and kind of elaborate here for you on the differences and show you all the specs and basically how they perform within tattooing. On this side, like I was stating here, we have a, I guess, a rubber felt type material. Like, this material reminds me of a pencil eraser. That's what this feels like when I'm tattooing into it. This one, I guess the healing properties of it, like when you swipe a line over it, when you put a line into it, it looks cut already off the bat here. And when you put a line into this texture material, like this is more of a silicone type skin, it doesn't look that way. So on the left, we have like a rubber type material, and on the right here, we have like, I guess, a silicone type material. I can actually show you all the packaging here, and I'll show you all tattoos done on them right here. So for the left here, they're both gonna be by Yulong, by the same company. So Yulong, and these are the left side, the rubber type, and I'm not sure the specific material, it doesn't state here, but it just says tattoo experience, whatever, blank tattoo skin practice experience tattooist. So this skin right here, don't get me wrong, it's a cool skin to practice on. Like, it's still, let me see, how would I say this? You're still able to practice on it nonetheless. However, it is a messy skin. It is a messy skin to work with, as you can see right here. Like this right here, this residue doesn't wipe away. Like, I can't get that off. I'm sure if I like maybe drop the skin in some bleach or something, it'd be all right, or come off, but don't quote me. And that's what I mean. Like, as you can see, when you put the lines into it, it looks really, really cut up. I mean, which isn't bad. Like, I'm just pointing out everything here that I can possibly point out on this video here. So this one is, for this one, it's a rubber material, and again, it's nonetheless a skin to practice on. But professionally, if you're wanting to like practice shading and like lining with different size needles and pretty much everything that you would want to practice, I would recommend going with these, because they clean up a lot better, and the way that this specific material accepts the ink is a lot better. As you can see right here, that's what these are right here. I just went ahead and I cut this one in half, and you have two of those essentially. But as you can see, it's by the same company as well. And this one right here is Blank Tattoo Practice Skin Supplies, and it has the basically the thickness of this specific material. But if I had to say, I would think that this one's more of a rubber material and this one's more of a silicone. Now, I think silicone is like a rubberish material, but I'm just trying to get my point across here on this video. Now, I want to actually go ahead and show you all some tattoos that were done, and basically like the presentation, the cleanup. Like, obviously this one's a bigger mat, but kind of use your imagination here with me. This one right here still looks great, and this one was done when I first started tattooing. This one was done like within the first week or so of my tattooing, when I was using some Amazon kits. But as you can see, the cleanup wasn't that well. Like, the presentation, the ink stuck, practice on the back. It looks great nonetheless, you know what I mean? It's just a hassle. Like, it was a very, very difficult for me to work with this, to use constant, like, I just used a lot of Vaseline basically to make it look this good. For this one, I didn't use as much. You don't need as much Vaseline. The ink looks better when it goes in. And this one kind of shows you, like, if you were to go too deep. And I kind of like that. You can't use the back of this one, obviously, because you have another tattoo there. And I wouldn't. Once you get, like, a tattoo like that, I kind of just use them for presentation. You know, you can kind of use them as a little portfolio, if you will. But you get where I'm going with that. Like, there is pros and cons to each, and I think it's more subjective. Like, I think it's really going to be to each their own, and the type of feel you specifically as a tattooist are looking for. I'm not here to tell you, oh, this one's better and this one's not, nothing like that. I'm just here to kind of show you what we have to work with, and these are just 2 of the many that are out there. So as we go ahead and develop, evolve, we'll go ahead and bring more videos on what we get. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and review what I have here, which is these 2 practice skins. Again, I mean, both of them are really great. I recommend both. As you can see, the tattoos that are already done on them, they're great. I'm gonna go ahead and make a video as well on how I shade, and then go ahead and probably show you all the shading as well on how these accept shading. I'm not really gonna work with these anymore to make videos or anything like that. Maybe I'll demonstrate it at some point in the future, but now I'm not gonna go ahead and use these simply because I'm more of a fan of these. They're easier to work with in my opinion. I like these a lot better, the way that they feel. I like the size of them. It's like a sheet, like a paper, so I can just kind of print out a stencil, put it on there. I just want to go ahead and point out a few things about these skins here up close. So as you can see, like upon pulling lines, the skin itself accepts ink really, really well. However, the problem with like the rubber felt type skin, it has trouble coming off, if that makes sense, because you can visibly see here under the light. Now, this tattoo was done with an Amazon machine about maybe 7 months ago, but it's still, the point gets across. You know, I think that if you have the right application, right voltage, the right speed upon putting the line in, I think you'll be fine. And this one right here, this one is just better. I mean, I guess because the finish of it, like the presentation is much, much better. And as far as taking the ink, like it doesn't do a bad job here. It does a really, really good job. And ever since I started using these right here, I never really went back to these, but I kind of wanted to shed some light and point out that as well. They both do accept ink really, really well. However, presentation coming off, this one wins by a long shot, as you can visibly see here. Now for me, whenever I do these practice skins, I personally like to keep them so that way I can show people, you know, like, and years to come, they can kind of see the progress from where I started my line work to where I'm going. And I can just have these for memories as well, because why would you throw it? I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me. But anyways, yeah, there you guys have it. But yeah, I figured that I'd go ahead and bring a video talking about these 2 different materials and these 2 skins. I can go ahead and show you the thicknesses of them real quick before we go. They're kind of almost the same thicknesses. And like, even like the way that they are, like the way that they feel is completely different. Like this one's much, much more heavier. I mean, they both have some weight to it, but like this one just feels more heavy, like a rubber material, not very stretchy, not very elasticy. This one right here feels more like a rubber band type feel. It's hard to explain, I guess, but I'm trying to relay what I am experiencing, what I feel with these, and my experiences with these personally over this video as best I can. But yeah, there you guys have it. We have a rubber type material, we have a silicone type material. I'm not sure if that makes sense. I hope it does. And also, like, in terms of like when you want to shade and stuff, this one right here, as you can see, that's just a mess. That's horrible. As you can see, the shading for this one's not really possible, simply because with the residue, it stays behind. You can't tell what's yours and what's the residue, you know what I mean? Let me see if I can fill it out right here. It's just, I don't know, it's just too much for me. I'm not really rocking with that right there, the way that that looks. However, when you have the silicone felt, when you shade on that, it's apparent, it shows. Let me go ahead and show you all right here. Like, you can see those little squares that I shaded. You can see them there, and the shades show up just fine. Like the practicing that I was doing, the little technique that I was practicing on these, it shows up and it's apparent, all the residue wiped away, and you have no mess. Like the tattoo that I was doing translated well to this, which is what you want, basically. That's what you want when you're practicing with a practice skin. You want the tattoo to translate well. You want to be able to look at it after, so that way you can see what you need to improve. As you can see, I was just trying to work on different style leaves here. I was just doing something there. I don't know what I was doing. Whatever the case may be, though, as you can see, you want something that's going to translate well to a human skin. I know this is not exactly like a human skin, but in my opinion, this one right here is damn good for practice. But yeah, by all means, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments down below, and I'll do my best to assist you in the best possible direction. If you're not, be sure to go ahead and subscribe and ring that bell. I also have social media at Daniel Yuck, which is at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, so be sure to go ahead and give me a follow there. Yet again, I appreciate you tuning in this long. Thank you very much. You have a great day.